Okay, Coach, Goldthwaite is a young team. They're new coaching staff, new system, so you kind of expected to take this one, didn't you?
Well, somewhat, but they're always the kind of team that scares you. They're young and enthusiastic, and boy, they're getting better and better. I really respect Coach Verdell and the job they're doing. They're young and they know it, but they're sticking with their plan, and they're going to be a force to reckon with down the road because he's sticking with it, and your kids playing hard, and my hats go off to them. They played hard the whole way. So, but I thought at times we played really well. I thought our defense played really well. Of course, they saved us right before halftime. I'm a little upset we turned the ball over right there in our own end of the field. But our defense bailed us out, and, it's nice to get a shutout. I thought our defense, for the most part, played real, real well. We show flashes on offense at times, get real excited, but we still got work to do, as always. So, we're going to enjoy this one. As I told them after the game, your goal is to be 2-0, and we're 2-0, and that's where we want to be, but that's not where we want to stay. So, good win.
Now, your passing game, you are starting to pick up a few more on the passing game.
Right. I thought, Tanner did a good job of reading coverage and made some real good throws. We pass-pro'd better for the most part, and, I think that makes us a more diverse team, and, I think we're improving in that area. So, Tate's a very, very big threat out wide, and it opens some things for some other people, and that's something we're going to have to work on, is expanding and taking advantage of that.
Okay, now when you get your passing game cranked up a little bit, does that make it easier for your running game?
Oh yeah, it definitely does. When you're throwing the ball better, it makes them defend the field, and I was a little disappointed. I thought we'd run it a little better. My hats go off to the kids from Goldthwaite. They played the run real well for the most part. We had spurts where we looked good, but we've got to be more consistent. But overall, I think we're really, I feel like we're improving and getting down the road where we'd like to start getting.
Okay, so is consistency the next thing?
Yes, I think that's a big thing. Of course, making changes, that there's some things we've got to work on. But Tanner sees the field real well and does a real good job. Like on the convoy, they played it real well. He pulled it down, made a good run. So he sees the field well and does a good job of running our offense. So I think that's the biggest area for concern and improvement for us, is being more consistent. At times we sputtered a little bit, and we've to be a really good team, we need to be a little more consistent.
Okay, so what do we have coming up next week?
That's De Leon Bearcats at home. They got a lot of up front. I know their defensive and offensive lines are very, very good because they're same guys they played with last year. Of course, they lost that quarterback, which didn't disappoint me any whatsoever. But typical De Leon team. They've gone back to a wing tee. Yeager graduated, so they've gone back to a wing tee. Similar to what Goldthwaite's doing right there. So. We're going to have to get up and get ready. They're a very, very physical football team, so we're going to have to get ready to play a very physical game and match them.
Is the thing, like there are more people running wing tees, is the spread with the zone read, I'm not saying falling out of vogue, but are you starting to see some people move away from
Well, I think sometimes people get, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, enthralled with the system. But if you can't run that system, it's just like talk to the new coach in De Leon. Well, they've been sitting there with that guy for 4 years that could throw the ball on a dime. Man, I'm throwing the ball all the time too if I got him. But now if you ain't got a kid that can do that, it's kind of foolish. I think it's really kind of foolish to try to do something that you can't execute. So I know Coach Dixon felt like they would be a much better team going back to the wing tee, which was what they were before they went to the spread with the Yeager kids. So. I think if you're a smart coach, you got to fit your system to your kids. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you are 2-0 in district, and you got the De Leon Bearcats, which is going to be a really tough game.
Yes, big game for us next week.